I have some pretty big goals for 2025, specifically with my health and fitness journey, and I'm really excited for this new year ahead to accomplish them. The most recent video that I uploaded on my YouTube channel, I talked all about how to create smart goals for yourself and also sharing with you my health and fitness goals. And just in case you happen to miss that video, here's an outline of my health and fitness goals for 2025. The first one is I want to get underneath 12% body fat and maintain that all year round. The second goal is to squat and bench 315 pounds for at least 5 reps. And lastly, I want to be able to complete in a Spartans race. Now, I mentioned this in the previous video, but getting underneath 12% body fat is not exactly hard to do. In fact, I'm going to share with you the exact workouts, the macros, the habits, supplements, all that stuff here in a split second. But what's hard is maintaining those results all year round. I could always get, 10% body fat, 8% body fat, but it's typically only going to be for about a month or two before, hey, you kind of just fall off track a little bit, or you're just not as disciplined. So the key for this one is to get underneath 12% body fat all year round, which means you got to stay focused. You got to make sure you're practicing integrity, which means you're doing the right things even when no one else is watching. And most importantly, you have to stay disciplined. Now, for the second goal of squatting and benching 315 pounds for 5 reps, I'm actually really looking forward to this goal, just simply because I haven't squatted in years since I threw out my back. But now, since I've recently started, I definitely want to focus on putting on more strength. And this is why I think everybody should give themselves a well-diversified set of goals for when it comes to your health and fitness journey. It's not just a body fat percentage or a certain look or a certain number on the scale. But as you can see in here, it's also a strength goal, and it's also a fun goal, like completing a Spartans race. When you're well diversified with your health and fitness goals, it makes the journey a lot more fun to be on. And as I just mentioned, the Spartans race, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. In fact, it's not really going to be a challenge. It's just about showing up, signing up for the competition, going to the event, and just having fun doing it. I've done several different races before, so this one is just another one to add on to the collection. Before we dive into my workouts and macros, I just want to share with you, these are the 7 habits that can help anybody on their health and fitness journey. This is exactly what we coach and we help our members with, learning what works best for their body type inside of our coaching program at Heartletics, which if you want any more information about, I have a completely free training guide. If you're watching this on YouTube, just click on the link down below in the description box. You'll see the very first link right there. You can download, you can check it out. But when it comes to having sustainable habits, and that's the key, right? Sustainable habits. Because remember, I want to be able to get underneath 12% body fat, but maintain that all year round. So you need to focus on sustainable habits. And these are the 7 that we like to coach and teach your members with. And these are the 7 that I practice religiously day by day. Because, hey, it helps you stay on track with reaching your goals. The first one is the specific calories that you need to be in. So with me trying to get underneath 12% body fat, I need to be in a calorie deficit if my goal is to burn body fat. If your goal is to burn body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit as well. The second habit is the macros, right? Macros stands for macronutrients, that's what it's short for. And these are your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Everybody out there and their mother has a bad rep when it comes to carbohydrates, and they think you're, doomed to hell if you eat, a donut. It is just crazy. So we teach our members how to focus on what matters the most when it comes to their macronutrients. And that is literally just focus on hitting your protein goal. If you just focus on eating more protein, you're going to lose more body fat, you're going to build more lean muscle, you're going to speed up your metabolic rates. You don't have to be so obsessed with the carbs. You don't have to be so obsessed with the fats. Honestly, we tell everybody, don't even worry about them. Even the type 2 diabetics that I have literally helped reverse their type 2 diabetes, we tell them exactly the same thing. Don't worry about your carbs. We teach them about the glycemic index and what carbs to be mindful of, because obviously you don't want to spike their insulin, but at the same time, we just tell them, hey, focus on your protein. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. The third habit is the strength training, because obviously, for starters, hey, I'm trying to hit a squat goal and a bench goal of, 315 pounds for 5 reps. So I need to focus on strength. But regardless, if you're somebody that, let's say, works out at home and maybe you don't even have access to equipment, you're just doing all body weight, you should still focus on strength. And here's the reason why. The older you get, it becomes way harder to put on muscle. So you can focus on strength now. It does 2 things. It helps you for longevity. And second, it's going to help you boost your confidence, right? You're stepping outside of your comfort zone when it comes to pushing yourself on some of these strength training workouts. The fourth habit is NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. We don't really go over cardio because honestly, it's not really necessary. Cardio just helps you stay within a calorie deficit. That's it. Like strength training helps you put on muscle. Cardio just helps you, once again, burn calories. That's it. Like, sure, it's great for your heart, but you don't really need to put all your eggs in one basket and be focused so much on the cardio. I know guys that, they run constantly and they focus on endless amounts of cardio, but then they lose all their muscle mass in the process and they get skinny fat. Nobody wants that. So we just teach our members NEAT. And that's typically just a step goal throughout the course of the day that they can easily achieve. And that's the replacement for cardio. The fifth fat loss habit is hydration. And that's drinking plenty of water. Specifically trying your best to get in at least a gallon of water each and every day. This is a habit of mine that I need to do more of a better job with. Typically, it's very easy for me to consume about a half a gallon of water a day. And I really got to make sure that, hey, if I'm focusing on, getting underneath 12% body fat and maintaining that all year round, I need to drink more water. I need to be more hydrated. The sixth fat loss habit is stress management. And I tell this to everybody that, the first five when it comes to these habits, the calories, the macros, the strength training, the NEAT, the hydration, you can have those completely dialed in and 100% with them. But if you're underneath a lot of stress and you lack the recovery, let's face it, your cortisol levels are going to be spiked so high, you're going to be not getting the best results, plain and simple. You could be eating the right foods, training, religiously and killing it in the gym, but once again, if you're underneath a lot of stress, your cortisol levels are spiked, you're not going to be seeing the results that you want. So stress management is huge. And there's several different areas where you can focus on lowering your stress. There's meditation, there's journaling, but in my opinion, the best way is just talking to people, getting stuff off your chest, learning what you can control versus what you can't control, and making sure you're working on your mindset, which is so important. The last fat loss habit is the sleep and the recovery. Remember, you don't want to be overtraining. I'm sure you heard less is more. You want to make sure that you're focusing on recovery in all aspects, because that helps you just lower those cortisol levels down, but at the same time can help your body to recover properly. You don't want to be constantly beating away at your body, beating away at the muscle. You want to make sure that you're, prioritizing your sleep, prioritizing your recovery. They've done so many recent studies now with different neurologists talking about the importance of sleep. And it's something that, once again, I need to focus more on, being more strict with it, making sure that I'm sleeping at least 7 hours every single night. And lastly, before we dive into my workouts and macros inside of my training account, I want to share with you my supplements, just because I get asked so much about supplements. And I'll say it to you all the time, right? Supplements, they matter very, very, very little, honestly. If we're looking at the whole entire fat loss pyramid, supplements are at the very top. It does anywhere from 2 to maybe 3% max with the overall results. These are just some supplements that I personally take just because it helps me when it comes to better performance with my workouts and recovery. But that's it. The first one is green tea. I don't drink pre-workout because it upsets my stomach. So green tea, I'll take a little capsule of it right before I leave the gym in the morning, drink it with some water, and that's technically my pre-workout. The second is omega-3 fish oil. I got bag joints from doing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing, all that stuff. So, the omega-3 fish oil, it's good for my brain, good for my heart, but also really beneficial for my joints. The third supplement is vitamin D. I live in Cleveland, Ohio, so typically right around the winter months, there's not a lot of sunlight out there, right? So I want to make sure that I'm getting plenty of vitamin D in, and I need a supplement, for that. I don't take it during the summertime. And then I'll take a multivitamin. I take magnesium. Magnesium is great for sleep. It's great for recovery. And then the last two on there is protein powder because, hey, that helps me hit my macronutrient goals. And then lastly, the creatine monohydrate. That's great for strength. That's great for recovery as well. In my opinion, that's one of the best supplements you can take. In fact, that's the world's number one most researched supplement is creatine monohydrate. It's inexpensive and very, very beneficial. Now, this is inside of my training account, so you can literally see all my workouts, my habits, my nutrition, everything that I'm tracking. And I like to just say this is the importance of tracking your data, so you can, one, make sure that you're holding yourself accountable Two, you can also see what adjustments to make. In my opinion, like throwing spaghetti up on the wall and hoping and praying something sticks never has once worked out for me. I don't think it's worked out for anybody, honestly. So spending just, some time tracking your metrics, tracking your data, this is what's going to help you be on the right game plan for success when it comes to reaching your health and fitness goals. So I just use my app. I track everything. And what's nice about it is you can literally see everything. So for example, like on Christmas, I'm still tracking everything, making sure that I'm on pace with hitting my targets. If you take a look over here, you can see that normally, right? Like I'm crushing it with my protein. And yeah, like this is the importance of tracking everything. And once you learn how to do it, it becomes pretty effortless. Honestly, it takes me maybe 5-10 minutes. I normally just track the day previous, so that way I can make sure that I'm on the right track with hitting my goals. I'm a creature of habit. I like typically having like the same, selection of foods, whether that's for breakfast, snacks, lunch, dinner, anything like that. Obviously, if let's say my wife is cooking or we're going out to eat, I'll give myself, a bunch of calories to just kind of say, okay, hey, I don't know what I'm going to consume, so I'd rather just hold those calories off to the side, and I'll focus on like a protein-sparing diet, something like that. So once again, make sure that I'm just constantly hitting my protein goal, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit when I go to my calories and macros. But let me just go to the next month so I can share with you the exact workouts. That way it kind of looks a little bit cleaner for you. You can also see my habits that's in here. So I have a few different habits. For example, I'll just go over here. Our Spartans challenge. This is where you do, 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups. That's not mandatory by any means, but a bunch of the guys inside of the coaching program with myself, we like to give ourselves this challenge. It's a lot of fun, honestly. And plus, it just helps out with more activity. It's not exactly hard to do. You just bang out 15, 20 push-ups, 15, 20 sit-ups here and there throughout the course of the day. It's not like you had to do it all in one sitting. And then I have on here meditate, for at least 10 minutes, quiet time with God, and that's reading the Bible, prayer, meditation, and then reading, a book for 20 minutes. So these are my habits. And if we're going to go back to my calendar tab, I'll just kind of share with you my workout split. I'm a big fan of this workout split that I'm doing right now. I'm getting really, really good results from it. So instead of just clicking on the workout and sharing with you the exact layout of the, exercise of the sets, reps, I figured it might be a little bit more beneficial for just time purposes if I just kind of shared with you the workouts. So Monday is a push workout. And for a push day, this is your legs, this is your chest, this is a little bit of shoulders and triceps. And then on Tuesdays, it's a pull workout. So it's once again full body style where I'm doing more legs, where it's like instead of my quads, like on Monday, this is more of my hamstrings. And so I'll focus on that. I'll focus on back. I'll focus on biceps and a little bit of my rear delts. On Wednesdays, this is my cardio day. Okay. So once again, I'm not a big fan of cardio. I got bad knees. I got bad ankles, right? I know I'm going to be doing a little bit more cardio just getting ready for that Spartans race. But for cardio for me, it's mainly just like doing a boxing workout. I love doing those, or I'm jump roping, or I'm doing the rower, or just something creative, where I'm just getting the blood flowing. So what's nice about that is that I'm just not constantly beating up my muscles nonstop over and over and over again. So having this little split, it makes it very beneficial for me for recovery purposes, okay? Thursday is a complete upper body day, so just chest, back, shoulders, a little bit of arms, and Friday is a full leg day. So this is a 4-day split. Typically on Saturdays and Sundays, I take off. I'll still do these daily ab circuits. The daily ab circuits are 10 minutes long. It's a lot of fun, and it's just convenient to, once again, just creating better habits for myself, staying active, whether it's 10 minutes, it's not a big time constraint at all, but I'll typically do that on the weekends, or I might do like a boxing workout with hitting the heavy bag in my garage. But that's my split for the next 6 weeks. And then after that, I go into a 5-day split. So what's different about this is that I'll just explain it. Instead of there being 4 days of strength training and then having that one cardio day on Wednesday, this is just 5 days of strength training. So you're not really doing so much cardio. And it typically looks like this. On Mondays, it is chest and triceps. On Tuesdays, it's back and biceps. On Wednesdays, it's a full leg day, quads and hamstrings being the main focus. On Thursdays, it's shoulders and arms. And then on Fridays, it's chest and back. So once again, I'll do that for a complete 6 weeks, and then I'll switch over back to a 4-day split. And I constantly go through this rotation because there's so much progressive overload that I can focus on within those 6 weeks. It's muscle confusion because the workouts are constantly changing, especially every 6 weeks with the muscle split. So it's very, very, very effective. Okay. Now let's go to my calories and macros. Right now, they're at 2,300. I will probably realistically start to shave away some of these calories probably the second week of January. Here's the thing. Whenever you're in a calorie deficit, whenever you're trying to lose body fat, you don't want to, I'm already in deficit right now at 2,300, but you don't want to bite off too much that you can chew. Meaning, like, let's just say, for example, I was going to be super strict, right? And let's say, like, oh man, I want to get to 12% body fat now. So I go from 2,300 calories to 1,800 calories. Like, sure, could I do that? Yeah. Is it going to be fun? Absolutely not, right? It's not going to be sustainable. Will it help me, 1,800 calories, getting down to 12% body fat faster than 2,300 calories? Absolutely. But remember, the goal is to not get to 12% body fat one and done. The goal is to get to 12% body fat and maintain those results all year round. So when it comes down to cutting out calories, if I'm not progressing after about 2 to 3 weeks of no changes in the number on the scale, no changes in my body fat percentage, no changes in my look and feel when it comes to my strength, and no changes in my progress photos, then yeah, I will shave off just 100 calories. That's it. Or I'll make a small little tweak when it comes to shifting around the carbs or the fats. That's it. Sometimes those small little tweaks is what you need to make. Because if, let's say, I did make too much of a big jump and cut down to 1,800 calories, well, what's going to happen when I hit a stall or a plateau? Because your body will hit a stall. Your body will hit a plateau. It's called metabolic adaptation. And this is where a lot of guys, like, they don't understand, their body types. They don't understand macros. They don't understand calories. They don't understand, what adjustments to make and how to make them properly. So it's just like they cut off way too much than they could, bite off and chew in the very beginning stages. They hit a stall and then they fall off track because it's not sustainable, So it's like, I want to make sure that when the time comes when I do hit a little stall, I know I can just shave off a couple hundred calories or make a small little tweak with my carbohydrates and my fats to get the needle moving in the right direction again, And this is the importance, guys, of tracking your data. As I'm tracking my workouts, as I'm tracking my macros, I get to see everything. I get to see if I'm progressing for that week at the end when I'm doing my body stats or I'm doing my progress photos. Hey, was on the right course, and this is, once again, practicing integrity, doing the right things even when no one else is watching. I don't want to just say, hey, I'm eating clean. I don't want to just say I'm working out. It's like, no, I want to make sure I'm tracking my data to making sure I'm on the right path with getting the results that I want first and foremost, especially with my strength goals. Like for my workout days, when I have bench press on there, when I have squats on there, I'm recording on the app how many reps I'm doing, how much weight I'm using, so that way I can make sure that I'm progressing week over week. If I'm never doing that, I'm never going to expect to hit my goals. So this is just a little bit behind the scenes of, once again, my health and fitness goals for 2025. This is also kind of how we coach and help our members with, at Heartletics. We give them personalized workouts. We give them personalized macros. We do our weekly assessments with them where we're constantly making adjustments. We're coaching them. We're teaching them what works best for their body type and their lifestyle. That way they can create these sustainable habits. So I really hope that you guys got a lot of value from today's episode. If you did, hey, leave a comment down below. Let me know your biggest takeaway. And if you're somebody that is looking to get in the best shape of your life for this new year ahead, well, hey, you can obviously, click on the link down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, download our free training guide. It's going to share with you exactly, what our members do to get in the best shape possible, physically and also mentally as well, and how you can benefit from that. And lastly, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you did. And here's the reason why. I'm very committed to this new year ahead to be posting more value, more content just like this, where I'm sharing with you guys the behind the scenes, I'm going over everything when it comes to creating sustainable fat loss habits for you, for everybody, that's going to be taking part, that's going to be watching these videos. And the next video that I have coming up, I talk all about the importance of tracking, accountability, and what is going to hold me accountable to reaching my health and fitness goals for 2025. That is going to be a video that you do not want to miss out on. And then lastly, I'm going to have somewhere on the screen if you're watching this on YouTube, I did a goal setting masterclass going over how to get underneath 15% body fat in 2025. I break down the workouts, I break down the macros, I break down the mindset, I break down the challenges, everything like that. That is a great video for you to check out. It is a masterclass, so it's a little bit longer, but trust me, there's so many golden nuggets in that. If you're somebody that is looking to reach your health and fitness goals for this new year, you definitely want to go take a look at that video. I can promise you that. And as always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.